Good morning, boys and girls. Now, yeah, I see that exact short. I was just looking at that while I was setting up the stream setup here. What a shame. Both on NASDAQ and ES, perfect short setup on both of these things. Let's have a quick breakdown of that before we do start the stream. So this was right here. Previous day value low is right across here. And this is what we were talking about yesterday, the break and retest of these nodes. You got a high volume node right across that previous day value low. Boom, pull back, retest, drop down. It's not a huge drop, but it's enough, right? It's 123 ticks. So that's pretty cool. On the NASDAQ, on the ES, same actually more of a cleaner setup on the ES, but a similar setup. But this one didn't have the node per se, but you have the previous day value low, the previous week value low, and then the developing value high. So you have more confluences on this. And your short from there is, oh man, my risk tool is not working properly still. On this one is 4.7 points. So not a huge amount of points on the ES. Hence why I prefer the NASDAQ at the Asian session, but same setup. And also I wanted to show you yesterday we had and talked about the ES, outlined this trade idea from yesterday. Oh shit, hold on a second. Connect. This trade idea from yesterday. Remember we were highlighting on the ES, if the price comes down to this area to go long and put down the P&L tool here. That was during the Asian session, trying to get the market to come down. We got to trade a short off NASDAQ, but on ES, as long looked really good because yesterday this was the previous day value high and the previous week value low like this. Right, that same zone like this, and then highlighting that area there where a nice long would be. Look what happened 1 hour after the stream. Look at that, 11:15 p.m. Tapped into that zone perfectly and ended up being, how many points is this on ES? 21 points, and then it came back down again. At what time is this? 2:30 in the morning, so around that London time. And that next one ended up being 44 points, 177 ticks on the ES max move from that low to high. So what I'm trying to show you guys with the levels, how powerful the levels are over and over again. Of course, they eventually do break, but even still, even throughout the New York session, big candle push through, but even still, that same level, boom, 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 playing 1, 2, 3, one time fail, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, with one of those times being a failure. 90% of the time on this particular setup was a perfect long for a decent amount of points. That same level we're looking at from yesterday. So yeah, anyone who in previous, when I first started doing this particular trading style, some people are like, oh, you better off just putting random lines on the charts. It doesn't mean anything. But there's another example, another of many examples, how important the levels are. For trades today, I'm going to look at, we could potentially look at a short from that same area. Let me just get my profiles all fixed up here. Could potentially look at a short from that same area that the NASDAQ is pulled down from here. That still looks pretty good. If it doesn't make it back up, it's kind of building in volume and acceptance lower here, so it may just continue to reject from POC down, in which case probably I wouldn't trade that. ES, let's have a look. Similar sort of thing, right? It's at POC. Again, ES doesn't really give too much in terms of points or ticks, so I could compensate for that by doing bigger size, but I don't really like to do that on the ES too much. So yeah, a bit too small. 3-point range, not really worth it. Gold, sort of far from its yesterday's levels. Keep an eye out. Gold had a nice reaction from the overnight value low. 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. Perfect tick down there, boom. But yeah, we're sort of far away from the levels from yesterday for gold, so probably won't see anything there today, or in this session at least. Oil, let's have a look. I haven't looked at oil for a couple of days. Let's get the oil levels on here. But yeah, man, powerful setups of volume profile. Powerful setups. Okay, there's oil. So oil already reacting from the value high. Move these down. Oil having a nice push down from value high back towards POC. So maybe there might be something on oil today. Give oil another spin. Oil was what wrecked me last week, but don't let last week's hurt feelings affect this week's opportunity. There we are. Previous day value high. Reaction down. Previous day point of control here. So there's a potential setup we could do on oil today. We'll keep an eye out on that. There we go. And the volume profiles are working well today. They're not all whacked out like they were yesterday. Yesterday was all glitchy, but now we're looking nice and clean. How do you frame bullish or bearish? Cole, I don't really care too much for the bias per se. I'll trade like yesterday's trade, for example. I'll trade counter trend, no problem. Because I'm just looking for little scalps or little moves off of key levels. But you know, if the one way if you do like to put bias as something important on your daily decisions, one thing you can do is look at fair values. That's the point of control of each profile, and see which side of price the market is, or which side of fair value the market is holding. So if you got fair value being put in at a high level, then price breaking down and unable to break back above, and then your new profiles are also holding below fair value of the developing session, then that's obviously bearish and vice versa. So use that as like a compass, POC, of all the different profiles as a compass of what the direction is. And then, you know, if you're doing larger time frame trades, you could also talk about the weekly fair value, where, you know, in relative to the weekly profile where price is holding, and you can get kind of a high time frame bias in mind here. So if we look at this, the previous week's value area low, so discount of last week, we've come from the underside to test the discount area of last week, and we're unable to break back into value from last week meaningfully. So there's the last week's point of control, last week's value high, you know, so that we can tell a little story by that and say, okay, yes, we have had short-term bullishness after reaching these lows from the end of last week, but we're still unable to break back into value from last week. The sellers, as soon as we enter the value area of last week, sellers are stepping in and pushing us back outside of last week's value. So that's a pretty bearish sign, even though we've been having, you know, these big pumps in the market on a higher time frame. We're unable to get back into value from last week. So that's so far bearish, right? So you want to watch these areas, watch point of controls, watch the value highs and lows, and kind of build a story from that. But for me, I'll just trade off any level. I don't really care too much about the bias, but for those that do, that's how you do it. This level and footprint works well, yes. How do you have blue and light blue areas on the chart? I don't know, man. That just came with TradingView. I haven't turned anything on for that. But it's basically your regular trading hours, and then your overnight session is the shaded area or the light blue area. How do you trade London session if not weekly levels nearby, only Asia levels? How do you trade London session if not weekly levels? I mean, cold block, you can still trade. If there's no weekly levels nearby, you can use yesterday's New York levels. You can use the developing profile levels. The developing profile levels in the London session are a bit better than normal because you've already had like 8 hours worth of volume developing on the developing profile. Trump is speaking in 10 minutes. Well, that's not good for us. Well, it could be good. Just ate a PB and jelly with side of brown rice, carb maxing. Yeah, what's up, Tap? Carb maxing. Do you recommend using VWAP as a confluence? HV trades. Yeah, VWAP's a good tool. I don't personally use it, but it's a good tool if you like. It's a volume-based tool, right? So anything volume-based I like. Yeah, so plan for today, guys. I mean, if we come back up to the previous day value lows, I'll trade that. Same as on the ES. I'm reluctant to trade the ES because of the small range, right? Like I said, could make up to it for it with larger size, but nah, don't feel like it. So either NQ retesting the value low, I'll go for that. Go for a short from that. If it doesn't short and breaks back above, I'll look for a retest long back into value. And then oil, I like the look of oil so far. If we push back down to the point of control, I might look at the point of control here. But if we got Trump speaking very soon in 10 minutes, it could be dangerous. I mean, it's bound to directly affect oil. So we'll wait and see for Trump's speech. You know, the one thing I say is anything that's news driven, fundamental driven, for the most part, doesn't care about our technical lines at all. So it's going to blow through them more likely than not. So better avoid that. Do your charts delay? Can't seem to fix mine. No, mine. The stream is delayed by about 15 seconds, but that's it. You know, I'm going to have a look at this Trump speech. Let's watch it live, eh? Trump. Where's the live stream for this? Where do you guys watch Trump live? Can I do that on YouTube? Any thoughts if Trump announces he will put boots on the ground in Iran? If Trump announces he'll put boots on the ground in Iran, I assume we'll see oil spike up and gold spike up and then stocks go down. That's what I assume. Big Daddy Trump is not a threat for our... Hey, Donate. No, Ali, I keep the delay on here on purpose. I always have a delay on YouTube, so it keeps the best video quality, and then it also discourages copy trading because too many people try and copy the trades, and you know when it loses, they blame you and they get all angry. And I always say to be, well, your fault, you copied my trade. You know, I'm just a regular trader. I'm going to get things wrong a lot too. Jonah, is he this weekend? Is he? Oh, man, I have not kept up with any MMA for a while. Who's he fighting? I saw him on Tradeovate. What's it called? Tradeify. Sunday, March 29th. Oh, Joe Pfeiffer. Okay. Cool. Yeah, of course. Of course, Izzy always. 24. Man, that looks good. Cool. White House has a YouTube channel. Okay, thank you. Let's have a look. The White House. Here it is. Cool. I will keep that open because that'll be interesting to watch. Interesting to watch live. M Days. What's up, man? Yeah, we're looking at gold. Gold's a little far from the levels, M Days, so I'm not seeing anything on there yet. The levels for gold, we got the previous day. Sorry, these ones are old here. We got the overnight and the previous day levels all above, so we're kind of just in no man's land. Now, if we pop back up, I mean, if we get any war talk from Trump's speech, then gold will obviously pump back up above those levels. So maybe we might get something there. Let's see. Put these on. Yeah, if there's any like boots on the ground talk or any talk of the war continuing or not developing in a positive way, then yeah, gold should see gold go up, oil go up, stocks go down. 7:20 EST, the president delivers remarks at fundraising dinner. Okay. Dark currency, good question. If you haven't watched my streams before or my videos, I don't. Why the 1 minute chart? I don't really pay attention to time frame on charts at all. I just trade level, like the current price relative to the levels I'm trading. So I'm not looking at the time frame per se. I just have it set to a 1 minute chart so I can see exactly where price is at all times. But I'll trade off any chart. Any chart. Yeah, time frame is irrelevant to my trading strategy. I'm literally just looking at where price is now and where my levels are, and then I'll enter with no confirmation, as you might call it. Traditionally, I do confirm my levels kind of with developing profiles, but not with candlestick confirmations or anything. So it's a bit different. Any advice on passing evals? I was super consistent to my personal, but evals is a problem. JR, yeah, man, what is it that about the evals that's stopping you? Is it the trailing drawdown? Is it consistency rules? There's always something. Those rules are designed to trip us up, you know. So if you're doing well in personal but not in evals, it's because one of those sneaky rules is catching you off guard. Figure which one it is. If it's trailing drawdown, trade smaller. If it's consistency rules, trade slower. 15-minute ORB, do I do it? No, sir, but it's a good strategy. Need advice. Should I trade the NY Open? But most of the time it takes a huge stop loss to keep you up. Any thoughts? Because sometimes if weekly levels are there, it reacts well. Yes, cold block. For New York session, you definitely want a wider stop loss for New York. So smaller size and wider stop. New York's going to move like crazy compared to an overnight session that I trade. New York's going to need big stop losses compared to, well, not even big, but just bigger than Asia. Like if you're going to trade, say this is New York here. If you're going to fade the value area low, the weekly value low on this particular one, look, that went up 42 points through the level. So unless you had other confirmations there, that's 42 points of heat if you're just entering straight off that level like I did in the Asia session. Asia session had like 10 ticks drawdown. So you do need to account for that. Or just go for trades that have higher confluences, so more than one confluence. A C rank setup in New York, which is just one, in my strategy is just one confluence, will not be as good in the New York session because there's less reason for it to react. And because New York is so volatile and so violent, if it blows through your level, it's going to blow through by quite a lot. So get ready for some insider trading when Trump speaks. Yes. Inside your course, will I know how to mark those levels like POC? Yes, everything's shown inside. You don't want to make a Discord and trade there? No, I cannot stand Discord, unfortunately. Stoked to see you streaming Asian sessions. My work schedule doesn't allow me to trade New York. I've been trying to get the hang of this market. No worries, Richard. Thanks, man. Planning on selling my niece's cat to buy some Apex accounts. Wish me luck. Montclair, what's up? Montclair, New Jersey. Do you recommend 20, 25K TPT accounts? How would you trade them? Yeah, simplistic videos, the 25K accounts are good in the sense that it's a one-to-one risk to reward. So, you have, I believe it's $1,000 drawdown, $1,000 drawdown and $1,000 target. So that part's favorable, but $1,000 is very tight in my opinion. So you'll have to trade. If you want that to actually last, you'll have to trade with micros, in my opinion, to make that worthwhile. The one-to-one risk to reward profit to drawdown ratio is really favorable. It's really good. I like the 50K because you get more, double the drawdown, and still a decently favorable profit to max drawdown, profit target to max drawdown. But the 25K is one-to-one, which is most favorable for targets. But yeah, you need to do micros. Is it 1,500? Okay, 1,500. But yeah, 50K is my favorite for value. But if you can only go for 25, they're good. Just trade them smaller. Someone said, how long is the 50% promo with Lucid lasting? I can tell you. The 50% promo is going to end on April 3rd. April 3rd, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. April 3rd. Do you recommend trading minis on a 50K? Bobby, I don't give financial advice, but yes, I use minis on a 50K. Realistically, how much can one make on a 50K funded? Mohammed, have a look on my channel. One of my most popular videos on my channel is making a full-time income with a single 50K funded account. And from memory, I think it was like, I showed my stats for a month on a 50K funded. It was like 5 or 6 grand. And I wasn't really pushing the bill that much. I wasn't full porting or going in with massive size. I was just trading a lot of volume profile setups with relatively small size, risking about 200 per trade. So it's realistic to, well, I'm not going to say realistic. You can make a full-time income from a single 50K funded account. Just takes time to build the skill and the risk management discipline to get there. I would always, obviously if you want to do something like this full-time, you probably want a bigger account, but you can do it with a 50K. Dong Shlung, thank you, man. I think you're looking cute. Big Mo, what's up? Oh, just had a pump. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything on the White House YouTube channel yet. I can't see any chat. The indexes are pushing down, slowly grinding down. No trade set up there yet. Gold and oil. Yeah, oil, a small little candle. But yeah, oil pushing up a bit. Gold. Yeah. Nothing yet, guys. Can't see any trade set up yet. NQ, if I was to be a little bit of a naughty boy here, a developing profile trade here, single C rank would be like, you look at the edge of this node here, this edge of this value that we pushed away from, and you can look at that as a little continuation area if you want to look for a reaction back down. I don't like to take these too much unless I got super high conviction and where price is going to go. I'm not 100% sold that this thing's going to keep melting down. And if Trump is speaking soon, nothing here is certain. So want to wait on that, or at least wait till we get back to the previous value levels. Then we have, a couple of confluences. Pool day, yeah, Luke. Pool day for sure, man. It's a nice day outside. 100%. 100%, man. Look at that. Beautiful day outside. Definitely. Most prop firms have capped payouts to 3,000. Is there any that's higher? Take Profit Trader is no payout caps. Take Profit Trader, I say to people, if you want unlimited, you want the biggest earning potential, probably Take Profit Trader is the most realistic for most people to earn a good amount from a funded account. There's no payout caps on Take Profit Trader, and no consistency rule in the funded stage. So that's their benefit over the other ones. Every prop firm has one thing that's strong about them. Like Lucid, for example, Lucid's like the new top step for me. They're reliable, easy rules, but you do have caps on your earnings in the funded accounts. Small caps, but caps. So you do have some limitations with Lucid funded accounts, but the trade-off for them is that they're cheap and easy rules and reliable. So that's Lucid, and their payouts are lightning quick. Take Profit Traders benefit is that there's uncapped earnings in the funded account and there's no consistency rules. So you really can make some big plays on the take profit trader funded accounts. So that's their benefit. And then Apex, obviously their benefit is having 20 funded accounts at once, copy traded across, that compounds very quickly. So that's, their benefits, and each one has a drawback. Apex's drawback now, they've changed their rules. Apex doesn't have the same drawbacks as it used to. I'd probably say just the payout caps are maybe Apex's drawback, but that's made up for by the 20 funded accounts. Take profit traders drawback is once you get the funded, you're in intraday trailing drawdown until you pass that threshold. So that can be difficult for some traders. Once you beat that, it's easy. And Lucid's drawback obviously is just that there's some caps, payout caps. Oh yeah, and Apex daily loss limit, that can be a pain too. Andrew from Port Macquarie, what's up, man? Internet's pretty good, Andrew. I mean, we upgraded to the best I can. They only have broadband here in the Gold Coast, so, at least where I live, only broadband, so no fiber. But it seems to be running all right. Yes, SWP, more hot seat coming soon. Yes, this week. Man, I'm not seeing anything from Trump yet. Where is this Trump speech? GS, nice. Gold Coast also. Yeah, there's a bunch of people on this channel from Gold Coast. We might have to start a little trading floor where we can all lose money together. Why did you not take that short? Wasn't in my charts. Starting shortly, okay. Yeah, the White House channel has got no live stream at the moment. Oops. How's the TRT going? It's going great, man. I mean, it's only month one, and the physique, the physique changes are pretty crazy, and the energy levels. Man, I can hit the gym every single day, both cardio and weights, and not be that tired. It's pretty good. You can kind of see it here. Let me get out of here. Make sure I don't show my dick. If I move these, yeah, there we go. Yeah, you can see this is that's pre-TRT, right? Lost a bunch of weight, just you're decent, right? Just a little bit skinny. And then 4 weeks, well, 5 weeks now, TRT. Just shoulders and traps and chest, man. Just gets thick across that clavicle area. Insane, man. Insane. It ran really good, really good. Much better energy levels, better sleep, better stabilized mood. It's just good. I'm 100% happy to have started TRT. Highly recommended. Why did you cut out the bottom? I'll send you the unedited one, Mr. Brad. Yeah, better sleep, way better sleep. I had crazy insomnia pre-TRT. Couldn't sleep. Sit there lying in bed for ages and it would take a long time. I have to, read a book, put on a podcast, sit there, try and meditate, whatever. And I just could not fall asleep. But now I just lay down, close my eyes. 2 minutes later, I'm out and out cold. Look at that. There's that C rank trade I just mentioned, back to test the edge of that value area, and it's come down a bit. So I mean, C rank trades, if you got nothing else, you can trade the developing profile. I would want 100 ticks, though. It's not really traveled that far, but you do get those reactions from there. 26 minutes until Tokyo Open. Let's hopefully get towards these levels again, and I would love to trade NASDAQ again this morning. Why is my profile funked out? What the shit? There we are. When you trade Take Profit Trader, how many contracts do you personally trade? I trade minis and I'll trade 1 to 3. I have the premium membership. Why don't we get the full pick? Wait, wrong platform. Start the OnlyFans. What if I've already started the OnlyFans? No negative effects. Yeah, negative effects for TRT. You just have to monitor it. So your red blood count goes up. And obviously they can be bad for increased blood clotting. Your blood pressure can go up, and your cholesterol as well. But you just monitor it. So like I get regular blood tests, monitor my blood pressure every morning, and you can counteract most of the bad effects by doing daily cardio, just looking after your heart health. So I did daily zone 2 cardio, and my blood pressure's actually gone down since starting TRT. Mainly because now with the energy, I can be even healthier with the increased energy. So my lifestyle's gotten healthier since starting. So it's counteracted those bad effects. The increased red blood cell is also counteracted by drinking lots of water, and also by the zone 2 cardio. And if it gets, above 52%, then you just have to go donate blood. Well, you don't have to, but that's what they recommend. And so far my red blood cell's been fine. So just got to monitor it. And I'm also on only a replacement dose. I'm not on steroids or anything, technically, like a big dose, only a replacement dose. So side effect risks are pretty minimal. You do get more acne and oiliness, and your hair can fall out at a faster rate if you're genetically predisposed to balding like I am. But I've had a hair transplant, so the hairline's going to be fine. It may thin out some more, but I don't really care anymore. And my skin is obviously got a little bit of acne going on, but it's all right. Good trade-off. How much of the account do you risk when on an eval per trade? 20. I risk up to 50% checkmate trades. 50% of my eval. I go pretty aggressive on evals. I don't like trading in evals too long. Oh yeah, Mr. Brad. If you want kids, yeah, TRT is not a great idea. You can restart your sperm production if you do want to have kids later, but you have to come off or go on another chemical called HCG. But yeah, that's not in the picture for me anytime soon. And also, you can just freeze the little swimmers for later. So yeah, CD trades much better, man. I mean, if you're 46, the doctors, the GPs will say that, if you're anywhere from 350 up until 700, I think they'll say that you're in a normal range. But if you're in the low 400s like I was, yeah, that's pretty low. And yeah, the tiredness goes away, man. It goes away like first week, it went away. Yes, weather looks good. Weather's nice. Good luck you. Thanks, man. Nice, Rob. Yeah, I'm 125 a week. Yeah, 250 would be nice. Would be real nice. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. 146, Rob. Damn. All right, is Trump live? Who's live? This guy. No, not seeing anything. I can't even find it. Where do you guys see this about Trump speaking? I got nothing on my news feeds. Are you paying the premium for TRT? It costs about $1,000 a year. It's not too expensive. Chris Futch, what's up, man? Last time I had a hormone clinic process my results, they wouldn't even give me a consult. Damn. Just eat curry every day, bro. I'm coming from a Bengali. Fox Business is going to air it. Okay. Yeah, Brad, for sure, man. A good one to go. I got mine done around your age, and I was 950, so it was good back then. But it's good to compare that baseline to now. You know, when you get older, when you approach 30, and it starts to tank. Coming on in 5 minutes. Stream is live. Where is the stream? Where is the Trump stream? I'm on the White House website. Nothing. Someone said NRCC dinner. Oh, here we go. I see. Thank you very much. Thank goodness for chat.
Present the very first America First Award to the 45th and the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, come on out.
All right, here we go, boys and girls. It's an NRCC awards. Okay. Okay. Let's see how the market reacts. I got it playing right now. Just so I know what I'm looking for when he does speak. If we can pop back up to previous day value lows from anything in the speech, that'll be good. On NASDAQ. On gold, well, gold's moving down now, so never mind that. Yeah, we're just stuck in a tight little channel and everything. We'll see what this does. Gary, thank you, my friend. How do you risk on TPT funded for passing buffer? Gary, so I take it really slow. I don't like to full port in the funded stage. So once you get funded on TPT, I like to go for just small base hits to pass that threshold. So I might go, risk a 10% of the max drawdown. So we have, 50K. Max drawdown's 2,000. So I'll risk $200 per day and just try and hit a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 if I'm lucky. And give it like 2 weeks to pass that threshold. And then I can go crazy after that. Is it nicer to trade Asian and London with heavy size and less stops than New York for proper counts? Personally, cold block, yes, I think it is nicer. New York can be challenging with how quick and how violent it is, but obviously you get much bigger opportunities in New York, so it all depends on your personality. For me, I like the slower ones. I do love the opportunity in New York, but the times where I've traded New York, like a New York AM session, maybe just because I'm not used to how quick and violent it is, I get burned pretty quick. I do like the afternoon New York session. I'm pretty good at that one. Do you only stream on YouTube? Yes. New York without stops is the best. When did you start sizing heavier from micros to minis? Was it a slow transition? SWP, I never really did micros. I did. I traded them for a little bit because everyone else was when I was doing ICT, and I got peer pressured into that for sure. I thought, you know what, I'll do some micros, but I didn't enjoy it, so I went back to minis. So I've almost always traded minis. There he is.
Party. We have a very hot party, and we have a group that likes to see our country in trouble, and we're going to do something about it. But I want to thank you for that warm welcome, Mike. You guys are great. Richard, Mike, worked so hard. Thank you to all the friends and supporters.
Man, perfect melt from ES on that previous day and previous week level. Perfect.
Donors here tonight.
Perfect. Not very big, but 13 points.
People, we want to thank you directly. And it's a nice place, by the way. It's nice. Very nice. They don't build too many of them like this anymore. But with your help this November, we'll defeat the radical left Democrats and we'll win a midterm victory like our country has never seen for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but a president who wins, Republican or Democrat, almost always does poorly in the midterms. Nobody knows why, even if it's a successful presidency. And there are those that say this has been the first, I mean, really the best first year ever for a president.
You want to see? Let me see.
I agree with them 100%, but I do.
Let me try this.
We settled 8 wars.
Let me share with you.
And we're winning another one. I tell you, we're winning so big. Nobody's ever seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East with Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us.
Why? I don't think I can.
There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran. We'll listen to some of the things.
Where did I find the Trump speeches on Fox Business?
I don't want it. Would like to make you the next supreme leader. No, thank you. I don't want it. But I want to express my gratitude to the tremendous leader of this effort, and really, he's just an incredible speaker. He's going to go down.
Did ICT really work? Because I thought to study it first, but the complexity and reviews I left and focused on AMT. Hey, Coldblock, just if you're already on AMT and volume profile, leave it in the past. ICT doesn't, for me, didn't work much more than flipping a coin or less. Isabella, I go live every day, Monday night to Thursday night at 7 p.m.
Majority of 3. We feel so thrilled. Then it goes down sometimes to 2. Then it goes down to 1. And then it goes back up to 2 or 3, and we feel rich again. It's crazy, and we're getting all of this fast. Think about the great, big, beautiful bill. Think of that. The great, big, beautiful bill, we got it done. And remember, that was a 4-year deal. That was 4 years.
Does anyone know what prop firm is like? Take Profit Trader. Cammy Cat trying to sneak in the back. Play background music.
Now that we have that, we're going back for more.
Trump might stay away from saying anything regarding Iran. Yeah.
I think you're going to see some pretty good things which we should win. But of course, the thing that we should win, and who would believe?
You know, I'm listening to this like I know what anything he says will do in the market. I don't, so I'm just gonna close it and we'll just play it by the levels. Even if I listen to the speech, I have no idea what it, you know, if he says something, who knows where the market's gonna go. I'm just gonna close it out. In which section of Fox Business is Trump live? Just type in Fox Business Trump live on Google. Showed up. What assets do I trade in the Asian session? Same all day. So I'll trade NASDAQ, gold and oil. ES sometimes, but ES moves very slowly. I mean, very small range on Asia. So probably NASDAQ is my number one for Asian session. Between NASDAQ and gold, both of these really good. Gold is always good in Asia, always. What prop firm is like Take Profit Trader? Which prop firm is like Take Profit Trader? Take Profit Trader is a unique animal. Besides you being banned from Top Step, what pros and cons do they have? I don't know anymore. I have not traded with them for so long. I have not even kept up with their rule changes or anything. But Top Step just used to be the best. I call it a stepping stone for traders. You know, I mean, it was good introductory rules. You know, the rules weren't too hard. The price used to be really good, and their platforms were really good, right? They offered you good platform choices. Now I know they don't offer any other platforms other than Project X, which is whack. The price has increased. They lost that edge, and I don't know anything about their program anymore. I don't follow, but they used to be a good stepping stone, a good one for beginners to come into, learn, get funded for the first time, take some payouts, then move on to other prop firms that had more scale, more opportunity. So the new version of that would be Lucid. Lucid is like that. They offer all the platforms. They have easy rules, a good stepping stone, or even a good live path as well. So yeah, Lucid is the new version of what that used to be. Have I taken a trade today? Not yet. You said 7 p.m. It's a.m. in Oz right now. Yes, Isabella, it is 9:51 a.m. in the morning here in Gold Coast. But 7 p.m. Eastern time, New York time is when I start. Do I use 15-second charts? No, I don't. Like Luke, so for any time frame, I'll trade. Yeah, sometimes I'll even just trade straight off a DOM and not even look at the chart. As long as I got my levels, that's all I'm looking at. But for the stream, you know, obviously people don't want to watch me just sit here and watch a DOM. So got a chart on here for the stream. But yeah, as long as I got my levels on the chart and can see where the high volume nodes are and the developing value areas, any time frame's good, man. I do. If I'm looking at a chart, I have been liking the 5-minute recently just because it's just a little less cortisol inducing, eh? But yeah, either. Man, my profile keeps going out of whack. There we are. Yeah, 8 minutes until we get a stream. Until we get a Tokyo Open. Let's get some volatility. It's been a quiet pre-Tokyo this time. Do you go live and Lucid once you hit several payouts? Yes, 6 payouts, and you should go to live. Roid raging on revenge trading, yes. Thoughts on Tradeify? Tradeify is decent. I don't use them personally, but they are decent. I don't know why. I've never felt drawn to using their product, but I know that they're decent. No worries, patati patata. No worries, man. Where are you using to see those volume profiles? TradingView, yes, TradingView. Apologies if I butchered the name. What about the 10% rule if you use minis? Yeah, same woozy. So, you know, if you're using minis, you can still do the 10% rule. You just got to think about your stop loss. So, you know, 5 contracts on NASDAQ. Sorry, 1 contract on NASDAQ for 50 ticks will be $250. So you can kind of get close with a mini. It's obviously a bit tighter than if you're using micros, but it's decent. Yeah, trading the quieter sessions is good too. But yeah, if you're trading New York and you're trying to do that 10% rule, you might have to do micros just because of how big the range is in New York. We're waiting for the turn of the hour before the current levels are tradable. Yeah, ideally, man. I mean, it's been really quiet. There's been one setup, right? One good setup before the stream at about 10 to 7. So, yeah, because we're away from all the levels I want to trade, we have to probably wait. So, let's see. Yeah, both indexes in pretty good positions for a setup. Just got to wait for that 8 p.m. push. Nothing on gold today. Oil stuck in a channel up here, so probably not going to end up trading oil unless we break out above. So, yeah, still looking at NASDAQ. NASDAQ still looks like the one I'll probably trade today. Let's get the overnight levels on here too. Overnight. See if there's anything from that. Oh, it's way up. Yeah, way up. Yeah, so probably NASDAQ. NASDAQ go for a little C trade, C to B trade. Let's see. If we can push up to value low again. You know, if we push value low again, I'll probably look, in this case, I'll probably look for a long. If we can push up and then I'll probably want to see a breakthrough back into value retest here and go up, just because we come down, we push down below value low. We push down below that. Failed, yes, but then put in fair value point of control here. Volume drop off at the lows here, no acceptance down there, and it's come back above point of control and is holding. So if we push back to value low, I want to wait to see if we break back in and then take a retest back towards yesterday's POC. Let's see that. Yeah. All right, POC is shifting up. Yeah, let's see if it holds and pushes through. That's what I'd like to see. Let's see that. Yeah, we had one rejection. Tried to push lower, nothing. Push back above POC. POC shifted up, was still above. If we can hold here and keep pushing up, that'll be a good sign. 3 minutes to go. If overnight levels aren't close, you're not going to mark them. Yeah, look, if it's far away and I don't think I'll be using them, I'll just leave them off the chart so it looks better. But yeah, if we get close to them, I'll have a look. Yesterday, the overnight levels were really playing really well. Naughty boy. Okay, yep. But it's good, though. We're on a mini green streak right now. Let's keep it up. Mini green streak. What is your volume profile settings? Errol, I'll screenshot this. I have a video on my channel, but screenshot this. What am I listening to? Play background music. Yeah. I honestly just don't know how to set up the background music properly on here. What am I listening to? Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane. Do you only chart on TradingView? Yes. What basis do you confirm long or short at a level? No confirmations, Cole. I'll just use my bias, my own personal bias discretion. And if I really want to have some sort of confirmation, I'll look at how the developing profile is reacting around the level, but not always something I look at. Okay, 15 seconds. So I want to see this push up into the value low again and then break through. And if it breaks through, I'm going to look at a retest on that other side. Okay, Tokyo Open. Watch all of these. ES, NQ doing the same thing, obviously. Gold, not going to see anything on gold today, I don't think. Oil, same for oil. So NQ. Why I wouldn't be looking for shorts? Yeah, good question, Bobby. It's because what I said before, right? It's dropped. We rejected once, which is good. I'm not counting a specific amount of rejections before it's invalid, but we've rejected once. Cool, good level. It's dropped down, tried to push down below, put in a lower POC down here, failed to push down lower, no acceptance below that POC, and we had a pretty strong reaction back above. Now that POC is shifting up. If we hold POC here and still push, then it's kind of like pressure building up underneath a resistance level. So like if I was to short the value low here, it would be a pretty small move back towards where I'd want to exit that. So the better risk to reward play for me is to wait for it to push above, because then we have low volume above that, right? In this session, low volume. So if it does break above, should be pretty easy to push up. And, you know, you're kind of seeing that shift from sellers pushing down, then our buyers buying them back up, putting pressure on. So let's see if that happens. It's still pretty quiet open, but we're holding at that POC. Just want to see this keep holding and then a nice strong push up. Favorite trading journal software? I'm using TradeZeller at the moment. Just started about a month ago. Pretty good. Low volume node, not a confluence for short. Depends on how being like a low volume would be confluence for short in a D-shaped profile or even distribution. But other than that, low volume is an area where you can expect price to blast through because there's little to no resistance. So if price is moving, the market's moving, and it approaches a low volume area, it's easy to be for buyers or we know sellers in the other direction to push through that area because there's little to no activity happening there. So you can just, the bid can be pushed, the ask can be pushed really easy, as opposed to a high volume area where there's a lot of back and forth there. So that's where price slows down and stops. That's why they're normally better support and resistance levels than a low volume area. Oil spike, let's have a look. Oh yeah, oil spike, oil pushing up. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe a similar thing here with oil. If we can push up and retest this, that could be cool. Gold, yeah, gold kind of pushing now. Index is lagging a bit. Do I miss Kiwi pies? Aussie pies are trash. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do. I miss Kiwi potato top pies. Man, these indices are very slow right now. The gold and oil having a nice push, nice spike. Can you get peptides in Oz? Yes. Lots of people here on peptides. Lots of people. How can we enter trades at levels like long or short because of value area low? Yeah, you never know, Cold Block. We're just making guesses. You never quite know. Project Freedom, good morning, man. Tokyo Open, yes, Tokyo Open 5 minutes ago. Very slow so far. Let's have a look at these. Oil, yeah. Oil rejecting the value high so far. I'm watching this POC, watching this developing POC on NQ. This holds and pushes up. I want to see a break back into value from yesterday. Spacebar goes to next symbol. You may have just unlocked a hack, my friend. Oh, beautiful. How do I go back to the other symbols? I'll just keep it in space. You legend. Thank you, good sir. Have you tried current week developing profiles? I have not. Okay, still holding around POC. Not a lot of action happening right here at the moment. Let's watch that oil. I may potentially trade oil. If oil breaks out above VAH, might take that trade. It's kind of building volume across here underneath. Building volume. Right, it's holding its value high for the developing session. Nice strong push into that level. Let's see if that breaks. That might be one I could look at. And same play for NASDAQ. If NASDAQ pushes up into value low, I'll look at that trade. If POC was below near Asian value low, would you go long or short at NY value low? No idea. Yes, NQ pushing a bit. Let's go. I want to see that push up into value. Oil, yes, oil may be doing the same. Let's go. Come on, I need to trade today. Yes. Just mark these out just in case. It's pushing up. Oil's what, $10 a tick, so yeah. I'm not in these trades yet, guys, just marking them out. There's oil, gold, oil and NQ. I want to see a similar thing. If we can push above value low, I want to go 25 points. 25 points. I want to see something like this. Oh yeah, oil's getting a bit of a move here. I want to see a nice confident break above value high on oil. It's trying. NQ was good. It pushed above its POC. Just need to see that the buyers push it some more. little bit quiet on NQ. Mm-hmm. Man, pretty quiet Asian Open so far. Where do you think I prefer, Australia or New Zealand? Maria, I definitely prefer Australia. I grew up in New Zealand, obviously, but I went back there just to visit some family a couple weeks ago. And after being in Australia for 3 months, I was in New Zealand for the first time being in New Zealand, so back home, technically back home, immediately when I landed there. And the first day we were in New Zealand, we're like, man, we miss Australia already. So yeah, Australia's home already. Australia's just, I don't know, it's a special place, man. I like Australia a lot. Like I said, maybe not. I thought maybe I would retire in New Zealand when I'm older, but yeah, there's some really good places here in Australia to retire to. You know, I'd probably just end up being Australian, full-time Australian, revoke my NZ roots. New Zealand's still beautiful, obviously, but yeah, I love it here. Love it in Australia. Peter, how often do I do the live sessions? Monday nights to Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Next week may be slightly different because speaking of New Zealand, I'll be back in New Zealand for a week for my nephew's birthday. So we may end up doing like New York PM streams just for next week, but then straight back to Asia the week after. Okay, oil kind of pushing up. Not a super confident break, but it's grinding up above this level, which is good. There we go. Cool. Okay. If we can come back and retest, I might look at that. That's not bad. Let me just get a little what the shit? That's not bad. Not bad, not bad. Watch this NQ. If NQ can push above the value low, that would be my preferred trade here, but let's see. Could probably get away with 2 trades today. Oh, actually, no. NQ is coming up. I'm going to cancel the oil trade because I'd prefer the NQ trade. So I'm going to watch this. It's pushing up. Didn't think it would push. Keep an eye on that oil one, but I prefer this NQ trade. Let's see. Tick Daddy, what's up, man? Yes, still here. Lucky I exited the oil one. Not in this trade, by the way, guys. Not in the oil. Cancelled my limit order. I'm watching the NQ. This is the trade I prefer, is if NQ can push through. Prefer this to the oil trade at the moment. Gold pushing up as well. As someone said, why would I not want to short the previous day value low here on NQ? It still could be a very valid trade, but the reason being is because if I go to short this, I'd want to be exiting at the POC. So that's only 60 ticks from VL value area low. So the better risk to reward play is if we break back into yesterday's value, the upside is, I could aim anywhere here. So I can easily get, if we do break through, I can easily aim at 100 ticks and not be, sweating that, it's going to react to POC or a high volume node. That's a clear run to the upside if we break value low. Mohammed, why only trade 1-to-1? Trading 1-to-1, probably one of the most effective changes I made for my win rate, psychology, payouts. Yeah, for whatever reason. I mean, 1-to-1 trades is the analogy that I was told is the longer the hold on a second. I got to focus. I'll tell you that. Let me continue that story after this. Hold on a second. Let me watch this. Okay, value low. So I want to see this breakthrough confidently, then a pullback will be exactly what I want. You want to see this pop up, probably at least half of this, at least 50 ticks. In this case, cool. I like it. And so on that 1-to-1 thing, so the analogy that I was taught was that, if you're reading a book and you have, your mid-sentence, you're reading your sentence in a book, without looking at the rest of the sentence, based on what you've already read, you can more easily predict what it's going to say at the end of the sentence than what it's going to say at the end of the paragraph, end of the page, end of the chapter. The longer you extend what you're trying to predict, in air quotes, the less likely you are to get it right. So if you view that the same with trading, like looking at predicting very small movements in the market, based on the information we have, we can more likely, more accurately predict small moves like 1-to-1 little base hit trades like this than we can predict, bigger traders, 1-to-2, 1-to-3, 1-to-4. The more we extend that, risk reward multiple, the less likely we are to get it right. And, you could say, well, you don't have to get it right that often to be profitable with a 1-to-3, 1-to-4. That's true, but I think there's a lot of benefit in getting things right frequently. Like my win rate sits around the high 60s, low 70s, and that does really good for my trader psychology, knowing that, I'm more often right than wrong. Even if I'm just going for 1-to-1 base hits, that makes my trading more confident. I feel better about sitting down to trade, and it's just a positive snowball effect. Yeah, strong push through value area low. Exactly what I wanted to see. Just need to see a pullback now. Sometimes you can, if you're really confident in that. Some people like to anticipate their break. Some of you guys in the chat say the same thing. Front running that push. That's obviously before you see how the market reacts to that level. But that was a pretty clear sign that this was going to break through because of what I said before. That POC. So watch this on the profile. So we did push down, right? We did have that reaction from value low on the underside and push down. So right here, value low, current session value high, it reacted, resistance, popped down. And then we put in a point of control lower and then lower again, right? But it failed. The volume completely dropped off the more it tried to push down. Yeah, that drop off in volume, not a lot of interest down there. Buyers push back up. Back past this node, which was POC at one point. Pushed past this node, held on the upside, pushed up again past this node, held again, pushed up again, put POC here, held again. So all those are bullish signs, right? We rejected from the lows. Bulls brought that back up, pushed through resistance levels, put in a higher POC, and then that kind of buy pressure, that buying pressure is all building up underneath this previous resistance level. So that's how you can kind of expect here. Like I said, I didn't want to fade this to go back down. Wanted to see a breakthrough and then a pullback for a long. So let's see if it pulls back to where I want to get in. With NASDAQ, sometimes I like to get in front of the level by a bit because NASDAQ, as opposed to gold or ES, tends to get, I want to say, front run these levels, right? So it doesn't always tap right into them. So I'll move up a little bit, be sitting around here. Stop loss below that old POC. And take profit just back up towards where it's kind of reached into now. Project Freedom Trader, nice. Being professional trader for the past 4 years full time. Only found your consistency by aggressive growth was a change to you. Thank you, Project Freedom. That's awesome to hear, man. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, ES kind of has a good setup here too. It's right at previous day point of control. You put in that high volume node across here. Like I said, my problem with the ES is just so small. The moves are so small. Let's have a look at oil. Oil rejecting from that big time. Big time. Do I use heat map on DOM or do no longer use it? I use it at my desktop, not at my laptop. Is it a B setup if you're outside value area on developing profile and then hit a previous day value level? Does going outside the developing count as a confluence outside value areas on developing profile and then hit a previous day? Is it a B setup? Moscow, no, it'll just be if there's overlapping levels. I have no idea too, bro links. I've not used TradeSync before. Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's because they are live accounts versus sim. I'm not sure. Do you totally just cut out fair value gaps? Yes, I don't use fair value gaps. Oh, thank you, Project Freedom. I plan to visit one day, my friend. Absolutely. What was the recovery of the hair transplant like? Not so bad. Not so bad. Hey, this thing's ripping, man. I don't think it'll come back to retest value low at this point. It was not so bad. It was like a 3-4 weeks of a swollen head and a pretty ugly looking head too. You get like all the transplanted hairs all crossed over and stuff. It's pretty gross. But yeah, 3-4 weeks. After that, it all falls out. And then it takes maybe 8 months to a year for it all to grow in, the new hair. And continues over the next year. So I'm still getting like the transplanted hairs growing through now, new ones. Man, this thing is pumping. I don't think it's coming back to previous day value low, boys and girls. That's pumping. Shit, man. Nice pump. remove that for now. Still watch. It might be able to get something from the upwards area here, but by previous day point of control and these kind of stacked levels up here, those could be nice for a bit of a retracement. Let's see, man. This is really rocket shipping up. Yeah, where's the overnight levels? Good point. Good point. Good point. Oh, yeah, there's your overnight value low. That could be a good one for a little retest. Overnight value low, overnight POC is all there. Good, good. Good, good, good. I'll try a little retest on that. Yeah, something like that might work. What was I saying? Yeah, FX Billionaire, it's the same thing. Same thing. Look at that, oil bounced off its POC. I didn't take that trade, obviously. I was looking for a breakout, but it didn't break out. But POC, push, NQ, trying to see if I can follow this up. This is the overnight value low here, this yellow line where the buy limit is. Broke through overnight value lows. Let's see if I can jump in there. Jump on this train. Nice strong push. Yeah, previous day point of control and overnight point of control stacked right across here as well, right across the upper end. See these right there? These are nice stacked. I'll mark these out so you can see overnight point of control. This yellow line I'm on here now is overnight value low. So we're back in the overnight value area. And I'm in that right now. So there we are. Looks like I'm in the long. And I'll just be targeting my usual 1-to-1. So see if that can continue up. Back into overnight value. If it does bounce here, I'd be tempted to look at it trading it all the way to these two stacked POC levels. Be a little bit tempted. So this trade's just following it up. It's pushing into value lows, back into previous value areas. So it's broken into the overnight value area from yesterday. So it's just following it up. Buying the retest. It's broke through. Buying the retest. See if it continues up towards those fair value from yesterday. 2 fair value points stacked pretty close. And I'm targeting my 100 ticks. Being so close to those point of controls, if we get a pretty strong pop from here, I might be tempted just to pull this up a bit, but we'll see how we go. Sometimes the market punishes me for being a little bit greedy, so only if it gets a strong pop. Is it true that take it from back here or arm here for it? I think you can get that done, but No, mine was from the back of my head. So they take the hair follicles from the back and sides, kind of mostly just the back, but you can take the sides from the back of your head, where the follicles are DHT resistant. That's why when dudes go bald, they still have the back and sides. You get like their monk strap around your head. So they take those follicles and then put them on the top. And those follicles technically can never fall out from male pattern baldness because they are resistant to that hormone that makes the hair fall out. But everything else still can. So like, I'm genetically predisposed to male baldness, runs in my family. So I will still continue to bald, but those transplanted hairs will still stay, if that makes sense. So that'll look pretty funny. Now, I stopped the finasteride. The finasteride was not good for my dick. Resonator man, what's up, man? Yeah, peptides. I'm not on any peptides. We were just talking about them yesterday. I was just saying how I'm very intrigued by them, but I haven't jumped on board that because they're fairly new, experimental technically. So I just stick to plain old TRT. Plain old TRT for me for now. But man, it's interesting, eh? That Retta looks really interesting, man, for staying lean. But I want to see some long-term study first. Yeah, you do technically need to take finasteride after a transplant. Like I said, if you don't take finasteride, your hair will probably still keep balding, the ones that aren't transplanted. But I pretty much accepted that at this point and just said, man, I'd rather have a working dick and no hair than that. So yeah, unfortunately, I'll probably still go bald, but not a big deal anymore, man. I mean, with the TRT, maybe go for like a Vin Diesel look, some muscles, a shaved head. Can't be so bad, eh? Is TRT safe long term? Yeah, if you monitor it and if you keep healthy, yes. There are side effects you have to watch, but they are, yeah, it's a long time therapy. It's unsafe when people take like steroid dosage, and that's why you get bodybuilders dying of heart attacks and whatnot, is because dose is too high. But on a replacement therapy, it's more dangerous to be low testosterone than it is to have to be on TRT in general. Hey, my Mac's almost dead. Shit. How many milligrams of test? 125, not much. 125 is like a standard replacement dose, so pretty low dose, but it's doing all the right things, man. Yes, Malik, absolutely. And that can be a problem. What are the confluence for the trade? Single confluence. We kind of have a bias here of or at least an idea here. The price is rocketing through value areas back into previous value. So this is just buying at a retest. It's broken back into overnight value. It's just buying the breakthrough and the retest. There's not even any volume been put in there yet. Now there is, but when I entered, there was not. So it's a C-rank trade, single confluence with you want to say like an idea in mind, a trade idea in mind. So, yeah, I'm okay taking on that risk, seeing it push up a bit more closer to POC. Stop loss just below this volume down here, as you can see on the profile. Stop loss just below that. Pretty small, 100 ticks, one contract. Just got to plug in my laptop. Yeah, Scipionate. Twice per week, yes. Testosterone directly proportional to P&L, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely tempted to take this to POC. If it does pump up, just watching to see the strength of the move. If we get a nice pop that really breaks that high, I might trail it up, but also don't want to be greedy because that's where you start to get the market starts to beat your ass. Well, brokers, this is Lucid Trading, prop firm. Yeah, 300 before Ben Camperman. Now I'm sitting around 850-ish. Looking to get transplant after a few pounds. Nice. Is Lucid Direct worth it? Yeah, Lucid's good, man. Lucid Direct is probably the best instant funded account. I like it more than the Trade of 8 Trade of 5. Yeah, it's worth it if you want to skip the eval. All you have to keep in mind is that it's obviously got more limitations, right? Your consistency rules takes a little longer to get to payout. But if you like that feeling of just earning from your trade straight away, where every winning trade is banking up money that will go towards a payout in the future, versus an eval, where you have to pass stage 1 then stage 2. Not stage 2, but you know what I mean, like getting to payout on stage 2. Then yeah, worth it. I would like to transplant some balls of steel for when I eat the trades. Man, hopefully this goes soon because I have to take my cat to the vet very soon. Very, very soon. I might have to leave this running while I go, but let's see. Let's give it another 5 minutes. 5 minutes waiting time. Daily profit goal depends on the account. XTW, XT Wablo. Depends on the account. But this one here, I'll go for 500 on this account. 500 per day. Nice, Steven. 116 points. Damn. Moving slowly up here. While we wait. If you don't subscribe to the daily newsletter, the link is in the chat right now. That is where I send out the daily levels daily prop firm updates, best current deals, and also any content updates. Like next week's stream schedule will be slightly different just because I'll be traveling next week. Still be streaming, but it'll be slightly different. So make sure you're on the email list for that. That goes out every day at about 5 p.m. Eastern time. Give this another couple minutes. It's kind of blowing off its steam up the top here. Not what you want to see when you're long, when you bought the retest here on overnight value low. So when you put in that high volume, see how it's put in like a big cluster of volume here, but failed to get above it. And now it's kind of pumping down. I'd want to be doing this. All right. When if it comes back to retest, I don't want to be reversing this trade that I'm in. It's failed off that cluster of volume. So you want to be doing something like this. I'll show you. I will show you like this. And basically reversing that. Because now that becomes the reinforced level break retest. Yeah, it didn't manage to push up above. So watch this. And watch this flip around. Otherwise, I'll close it manually down here. Whoops, I need to keep that one on. 50, yeah, 100. So yeah, exactly the opposite of what you want to see when you're long from somewhere like this. You do want to see that volume build like this, right? So it's putting a high volume node right across that level. But when you are long, trying to catch that continuation, you don't want to see it fail from that cluster of volume, because that normally means it's going to break down, retest that node, and then continue down. So I'll flip that trade, exit that trade at about break even there, if it can come back. Otherwise, I'll take the full stop out down here. Whatever it does, it needs to do it quickly. Please. Green line is where my stop is. I'm going to accidentally canceled the other one, but green line is where the stop is for the current position. If it doesn't pull back to my entry, then I'll just obviously take a stop out on this one. Let's see. So I'm going to buy, so I need to sell stop. There we go. I'll put it back where it was. Yeah, so either trade gets stopped, or if we pull back to retest that level that failed off, I've got a double order in there for a little reversal. So I'll be out at break even and then attempting the opposite direction, which is one of my favorite setups, which is break of a level. So we got above, it broke back below, but break of a level and retesting a node as well as a level at the same time. Really good setup. So in this case, I'll be reversing the position if it retests. Just got to see if it can retest. Just a normal visit for the cat. Kind of. The gray cat you see in the background. Is she there? Okay, not that cat. Not that one, but the little gray cat that you see, she had all her teeth pulled out. So she's got bad gum problems. So yeah, she needs to get regular visits. Expensive cat she is. Thank you, Project Freedom. Have a blessed day, my friend. Yes. $11:30. I still have time. Still have time. It's at 11:30. One tooth pulled yesterday and in pain. Yes, man. Yeah, she had all her teeth pulled out. Bishnu. It is from New Zealand. We lost together. It's all good. Yeah, it might still pull back to the entry point. Otherwise, yeah, it's a fair stop out. Just a C rank trade, guys. All right, so bought at the retest of the overnight value low, hoping to see that continue to push up. But like I said, it put in the volume up there, which is good, but didn't manage to hold and broke. So it just is what it is. Pretty small trade if it does stop out. If it does pull back, though, then it's exit at break even and then playing the opposite side of that trade, which is normally what you want to see when it puts in a node, breaks away. Normally a really good retest. So not out of the game yet. Haven't locked in a red unless it hits that stop loss, which case is pretty small, so no big deal. But yes, if we did, perfect entry would have been if there was a nice pullback towards this previous day value low from this first push, because that really shot up. But yep, shot up with so much momentum, it didn't get a chance to pull back, unfortunately. If it's a searing trade, why didn't you cut the loss earlier? Good question, bodybuilding. You don't want to make a habit of cutting trades too early, on a discretionary basis, because you never know. Like, the only time I really saw this thing was wrong was when it broke through. But then at the same time, because I would also take the opposite trade on a pullback, right, when it comes back to here. And often, when it puts in these reinforced level break and retest, it normally, a lot of the time, well, I don't know the exact number, but most of the time it's going to pull back and retest. So it's either I take a small stop out if it goes all the way, all right, relatively small relative to the account size, $500, or I get a chance to get out of break even and take the opposite trade. So then I don't lock in a loss. You know what I mean? So risk I'm willing to take. You would want to close early if you're in heavy. If I went into this trade with heavy risk and not following my rules, with a C rank trade, then yeah, I should probably close early. But yeah, minimal risk, small stop loss. So I'm happy to take the chance here on giving it a chance to see if it can pull back to my entry, flip the trade and go short, or just if it stops me out and call it on this one. No big deal. But yeah, if you are oversized on something like this, you definitely would want to cut it early. Akira, South Auckland, nice. That's where I grew up. I mean, do you use Work Market or crypto wallet for payouts in Lucid? Work Market. Work Market. Yeah, I know what you're saying, bodybuilding. But no, you don't want to cut C rank trades all the time necessarily. Just like I said, like if it pulls back, this will be then a C rank into basically a B or almost an A rank trade if it can pull back and retest. So, because I'm pretty confident in that coming back for a retest. It would only make sense not to cut the trade early, but get out potentially here, break even or slightly under break even, and then flip the trade. Does that make sense? Hopefully soon. It's been a very slow Asian session overall. Nice pump, but very slow. Slower than usual. Yeah, Mohammed, it's just VP. Have a look at my my YouTube playlist. Volume profile playlist. This guy thinks it's solar living searing. Come on, man. All right, here we go. And one tick. There we are. Unfortunately, that is a loss, boys and girls. That's all right. Yeah, so recap. Trade into long to continue. Got a little bounce. Failed to get above the high. Dropped down. Put in some volume. Makes good for a break and retest. And yeah, just stopped me out. So no problem. No problem. Single confluence trade for the long. If it pulls back towards this level again, that's a really good short. I might stick around after the stream and watch for that. I'll post it on a YouTube short if it does hit that. But that's a pretty good level to watch for a short. Otherwise, I also do like a long from down here. Or maybe I might get that right now. Let's see. But I do need to get ready to drop off my cat to the vet at the same time. So it's a bit of a catch-22 here. I'll watch this level here, guys. Watch this level. I'll post a clip, YouTube short breakdown if I catch this next one or either. Because still good levels to trade in between both sides. But yeah, this one obviously an unfortunate stop out. Nice and small, but yeah, a loss. So no problem. Other than that, guys, I will be back again same time tomorrow. I'll update you on this next trade. Let's keep an eye on this. But I have to get ready to drop off the cat to the vet, unfortunately. So same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And that'll be the last one of the week. Next week, we'll be doing New York PM sessions just for next week because I'll be back in New Zealand. So that'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time next week's streams. But tomorrow, one more at 7 p.m. and then back to Asia the week after that. So if you want to get funded with Lucid, Take Profit Trader, or Apex, code CAMCAP, CAMCAP will give you a best discount at all those places. Lucid's my number one choice at the moment. You get 50% off with code CAMCAP for 2 uses and 35% off after that. So that's linked in the chat. Apex is 85% with CAMCAP, and Take Profit Trader is 40% with CAMCAP. So if you want to grab some new evals, that code will support the stream and give you a discount. Win-win. And then lastly, I did link it before, but if you want to follow the daily newsletter, send out the levels I'm looking at every day, plus any updates on content and anything to do with prop firm updates and drama and news and sales all in there. So that's totally free. Linked in the chat. Other than that, I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys. We had a good green streak so far this week, but a little small loss right now. So is what it is. I'll catch you again tomorrow. Goodbye.